gosh, man, it had probably been a week, and she was still at our house after he passed. And I think my wife said to her one night, we were all sitting downstairs, and she said, Emily, like, you can go home anytime you need to. Like, I'm sure your parents want you home. And she looked at us without missing a beat at 18 years old and just said, I'm not going anywhere.
Wow.
Until I know Gabby's okay and you guys are okay, I'm not going anywhere.
Hey, my name is Brian Nail, and I'm a mortgage loan officer with Primis Bank. I just want to say how much I truly enjoy being a part of the Spread the Positive Network. It's an incredible mission that brings so much positivity to our community. It's been a real pleasure to be involved. Now, when it comes to financing a home, there are a lot of options. And in a market like today's, having the guidance of a trusted local professional can make all the difference. Whether you're looking to purchase a new home, second home, an investment property, or explore refinancing options, I'd love the opportunity to earn your trust and help guide you through the process. If I can help you nail your mortgage, give me a call at 615-243-3976 or visit nailyourmortgage.com.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Spread the Positive podcast. I'm your host, Trent Denson, as always. Super excited, as always, to sit down with another longtime friend and just someone that's got a really great story. We've done other episodes on the STP network, but this is my first time to sit down with my guy, Jamie Steelman. Man, how are you?
Doing great, man. Appreciate you having me here.
Yes, sir. I say it every time. I like to take it all the way back to young Jamie and early passions. Anything you like to share about childhood, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, man. I was actually just a sports nut.
Yep.
Growing up.
Same.
Played basketball, baseball, football.
In that order?
Let's see. I'm not sure what order it was. Somewhere in that range.
You said basketball first. Is that your first love?
No. Okay. Basketball was actually probably my true love.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I was not built for the game.
Thank you. I feel you, brother.
Tiny, short, and it was not what
not
was
in the
happening.
cards. Not in the cards.
Yeah. Naturally baseball.
Okay.
So I had my father played baseball all through high school and actually signed to be a pitcher with the Cincinnati Reds.
Wow.
And long story, but the short version, he the bleachers in a basketball gym that fold up, the accordion style stuff. Yeah. So he was standing talking to a buddy and had his arm resting on there.
Oh dear.
And somebody closed them. Of course, they didn't have the automatic ones like we have now. They go and everybody knows they're going to move. Somebody shoved him in. Arm got caught in there. Ended up having a scar kind of like all the way around his arm.
Wow.
Like 31 pieces of cartilage.
Jeez.
And this is, late 60s. So surgery was not going to just
they didn't have that
fix that back. So that was kind of his story. So I started playing baseball when I was real young.
Yep.
And some good, some bad.
Sure.
What
position? What was your go-to position?
I pitched and played short.
Okay. So you're a player. You're a player.
Really, really loved it. Had a lot of natural ability, gifted to do that. But then I went through the teenage years where you're kind of like, let's see, what do my parents not like? Oh, that's what I'm in on. So that's kind of where basketball became I was like, man, I love this. My dad can't stand me playing it. Really? Yeah. He never was a huge basketball fan. All baseball.
And football.
He was a pretty big football fan. And I played at Overton High School freshman year and played behind a guy that ended up playing for the Denver Nuggets in basketball.
Okay.
A pretty good left-handed quarterback, and so I didn't see the field.
Okay.
Except in practice. And so it was pretty tough, but lots of athletes at Overton at that time.
What was your inspiration or like what got you into basketball?
Man, probably Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably just no way around it.
No, of course.
And what's kind of funny is, so when I was a kid in Nashville at that time, there were 2 cable networks.
Okay.
You had WGN for Chicago, TBS for Atlanta.
Yep.
And something drew me to all the Chicago sports.
Yep.
So I was a huge Bears fan when they won the Super Bowl in the 80s.
Nice.
Huge Jordan fan and loved Ryan Sandberg and the Cubs.
Man, me too. I can't argue that. Ryan Sandberg was my guy, dude. Yeah. Because second base, that was I had second base on lock. Yeah. As long as I played baseball.
So watching Jordan, man, it was like everybody wanted to emulate him.
Everybody.
I had in high school, I had like the flight suit, head to toe.
So fire. That's so fire.
Just like, yeah. But I mean,
so that's
still
you were in high school?
What?
or when?
Late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
So graduated in 92.
Perfect.
So I was just right there in that.
Man.
Yeah.
The golden era.
Yeah. But what's
Man.
crazy, man, is that gear, like, I mean, still selling today.
Yeah.
Still coming out. I mean, that's what's wild is sometimes I think about, like, I'm getting older. But I'm like, man, Jordan's still coming out with new stuff.
Those are like the 6 or 7s. I know 1 through 14.
Do you really?
Like the back of my hand.
Gotcha.
So those are like 6 or 7s, and they're so classic.
Yeah.
Like, they're always so cool.
Yeah. So yeah, basketball there was something about it. I wasn't as good.
Point guard?
Yeah, definitely. A little bit of point guard, a little bit of shooting guard.
Same.
And I got to a point where it was like, man, I played a little bit in high school, didn't really. Man, it's a long story.
No,
but
I get it.
Kind of.
And you're behind a Denver Nuggets player.
So drifted, played a lot of church league and stuff in high school.
Man.
And
shout out to church league.
That's
man.
right.
Y'all sleep
Big time.
on church league, man. That's some real hooping. That's some real hooping in church league. You're right.
But I'll tell you what'll mess with you is
Yes.
church league, and like you're pretty good in your town, and people are like, man, you can really play. And so then I went to Western Kentucky and thought I was going to walk on. I'm like, dude, I'm a baller. Like
I'm a church league legend.
Yeah, church league legend.
Yes.
Guys at the park are like, you could play. So I'm like, I'm at WKU. I can walk on and play there. I
bet your fundamentals are super sound.
Super sound. Super sound. And
what's beef?
And absolutely.
What's beef?
Game of
Beef.
Beef? I have no idea.
Balance. Eyes, elbow, follow through.
You got me on that.
Okay,
I haven't thought about that in so many years. I lost it.
Reaching the peach basket, all the.
You got all that's. You got the fundamentals down. That's where you were probably doing.
I'm a Carolina kid.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's all we could do. Yeah,
cool. I'm a lifelong Vandy fan.
Okay.
So as with a lot of sports for Vandy have been like this, and then finally coming out. Basketball's been like. I mean, there were some times in there, some Sweet 16s and different stuff where they gave us hope, but. Carolina boy, that's a different story.
It is.
I mean, you've got Duke and North Carolina, whichever one you are.
I'm state, bro.
Okay,
Wolfpack.
really?
Ow! Wolfpack in the house, man. We don't mess with either of those.
Neither
blues.
one of those. Yeah,
neither one of those blues. All right, get back. All right, so sports all the way through basketball in high school. MJ influenced.
Oh yeah.
So you stuck with baseball.
Didn't stick with baseball.
Okay.
Stuck with basketball for the most part and just stopped playing baseball really to rebel against my dad.
Really?
Yeah. I was just like, I'm not going to do that because he wants me to. And like, once I became a real adult, I'm like, dude,
Dad
I had the most
knows.
natural. Yeah.
Dad always knows.
Dad knew better, whether he presented it the right way or not. Right. He knew better. I could have played through college, probably at least got my degree.
Yep.
Which is what my youngest son ended up doing.
Nice,
I'm like,
man.
could have gone that path.
Nice.
But yeah, so just went down that path, went to Western, was gonna walk on. That didn't happen. I found out real quick.
Shocker.
So, yeah.
Church
so I don't know.
lesson.
Man, it was their practices were way different than
church league ball.
So when I got to Western, the point guard was Darren Horn, who's a college coach now, and Darnell Reese.
Yes.
That also played for the Nuggets, was at Western when I was there trying to walk on.
Are you a Nuggets fan these days?
No.
You should be.
I'm really not. It's like, Joker's the best. I don't know. And it's
Joker is the go right now.
It's wild. But I learned real quick when I found those guys, and then what I thought basketball was, like, man, different
There's
world.
levels.
So I coached a lot of travel ball, baseball.
Nice.
So my youngest son ended up playing baseball and loved it. Shorter lefty, and just loved playing.
Lefty's a game changer.
Yeah, and so he loved it. Played all the way through college.
He play first base?
No, he's actually a smaller guy, so he played center field.
Okay.
Batted leadoff.
He's got wheels.
Big time speed.
Nice, man.
And so when I was coaching, I used to always try to tell kids that.
Yes,
like,
man.
You're the best at your middle school or whatever. But, when you go to this next thing, or there's complete levels. And a lot of people don't realize it until they get out. Meet kids from, like, real small towns and stuff. Yep. And they're just like, man, people put them up on a pedestal. Yeah, like, you got it, man. You're going to the show. And then they go to this random tournament, on a weekend in Atlanta. And they're like, holy crap. This is different.
Levels.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So loved doing that. And I had my oldest son, Ryan, was born when I was 20, almost 21.
Wow. That's college.
So, yeah. Okay. So that kind of changed my path. And I did the whole, like, I'm going to work, make sure we can take care of him, and I'll do night school, and I'm going to do this, and ended up doing 4 or 5 different community colleges, all that kind of stuff here, and just ended up going full-time work and kind of trying to figure out the whole life thing.
What'd you start out studying?
When I first went to Western, I was going to do broadcast journalism.
Let's go.
So I couldn't get away from sports. I was
That's
like, I'm going
wild.
to be involved somehow.
That's wild.
Yeah. So I wanted to do
You're
that
still
really bad.
kind of doing it.
Kinda
Doing it. That's amazing.
We tie whatever we can to
Yeah.
it, right? Yeah. But I still love it. I don't watch as much sports as I used to because of what I do.
Yeah.
I've got 6 kids, got grandkids.
Kids.
Yeah. Blended family.
Hang on, real quick. We're fast forwarding way too far.
Yeah.
All right. So you have Ryan at 20
Yeah.
at Western.
Well, I was there, found out we're having a baby, so I left there,
Gotcha.
came home, decided, this is what we're gonna do. So,
Okay, take it from there.
got to step up.
Yeah, man.
So
Salute
yeah.
to you, man.
Yeah,
God,
so
20 years old.
It was
Literally can't imagine.
Yeah, it was a different time. And I tell people all the time, man, like what's crazy is if you have kids, because people that don't have kids have a hard time getting their head around it. But
Yes.
I literally walked into the hospital. My mindset was one thing, and I walked out like a different person. And I know it sounds like really weird, but like I went through, like when I was first at college, I was partying,
Yep.
doing all the wrong stuff.
Sure.
And thinking like, man, I'm lucky God got me through some of the crazy stuff that he
Yep.
got me through.
Me too. Thank you, Lord.
But it was just like I came out of that, and all of a sudden I was thinking different. And I'm like, how did I think that way before? It's kind of weird, those things that just completely shift your life.
Man.
It was that huge. Like
Hang
from
on,
that
real
moment, I
quick.
stopped doing things I was doing on a daily basis.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Just
Without even thinking about it.
right.
It was just like all of a sudden, everything I thought, every decision I made involved somebody else.
Man.
And I was like, I got to think
that's
about how this is going to
crazy.
affect him. And
That's
so
crazy.
I also struggle a lot when I see people like not involved with their kids. It's hard to relate to because like
Yes.
everybody's got a situation, everybody's got a story, like what you're talking
Yep.
about. But I'm like, dude, it was like so instantaneous. God was like, "You're all in. Let's go." And I didn't have to think about it.
It just happened.
Yeah.
You didn't have.
Literally no conversation at all. I
Yeah.
mean, and I've talked to a couple other people who have had those kind of experiences where it's like a complete, 180. And it just really, I was one of those people in high school who used to say like, I don't even want to have kids.
Right.
I'm going to be single forever. I'm going to do all this, all this kind of stuff.
Sure.
And then I have a kid and it just like flips my life around. And I think it's part of your, calling or whatever. I'm
Yeah,
definitely not the best
absolutely.
dad that's ever existed, but like, I know why I'm here.
Right.
I know I am here to be a part of my kids' lives because it's just what drives me.
Man,
Always has.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. And so I kind of just started down that path. I think at the time, one of the first jobs I had when I was like full-time dad, family stuff was I was working for U-Haul.
Okay.
I'm working at a U-Haul dealership there.
Yeah,
And
it's not going anywhere.
No. And
Job
somehow
security, man.
Yeah, for
You're
real.
Early.
For real. And then I got involved somehow with a vending company. Getting up
Okay.
super early in
Yep.
the morning, going and filling up vending machines,
Right.
rather.
And they were popping.
Man,
They
it
were
was
popping back then.
so much.
Yep.
And I'd get up at like 4:30 in the morning, load the truck, go into break rooms. And what's really funny, I'm kind of in sales now. I don't really consider mortgages sales, but I
No.
guess it is.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd go in before anybody was there, fill up the machines, and like maybe I'd get a little, hey, how you doing?
Right.
And so
It's just you and
yeah,
your zone.
just me. I'm doing
just
that
knocking
thing.
it out. Yeah.
And so that company
That'd be
sells.
nice.
If you're an introvert or you're kind of into like not dealing with the public, it's super cool.
Just cut it off.
Yeah.
I did my route. I'm
Yeah.
done.
And you're on a truck with, Little Debbie's,
Yep.
Lay's potato chips, and Coke all day. So, it's,
That's dangerous.
have what you want.
That's
and
dangerous.
nobody to talk you out of it.
Yep.
It can be a little dangerous for sure.
All right. So
Um,
it was after vending machine life.
So vending machine life was what actually got me into mortgages.
Okay.
So vending machine, that was a small mom and pop operation. It was a decent size. And Canteen, which is a big national company,
Yeah.
came in bottom out, basically called us into a meeting and said, hey, they want everything that we have except for the employees. So
That's wild.
you guys have 3 days, blah, blah,
Wow.
blah. Yeah, this was
3
a long time
days.
ago. But yeah, just like, hey, it's not part of the package. We've agreed to this. And so that was it. So I actually called a headhunter friend of mine that I went to church with at the time.
Nice.
And she starts doing all these, personality tests and what you should be and all that kind of stuff. And she's going, you should be in sales. And I'm
Yeah.
like, there's no way.
Really?
like,
That was your
I
first
purposely,
reaction?
yeah, I was like, no way. I purposely avoid contact
Yes.
with people. I maybe give them a wave. So we kind of go through the whole thing. She analyzes it again. She's like, I'm telling you, that's what this is telling me you need to do. So I get connected with a guy that's doing two-way radios.
Okay.
So two-way radios, CBs, and what's really funny is, so I start selling that, and I meet a couple of people like in country music. They use them for their road crews, and it's like, oh, dude, this is cool. Like I'm meeting some pretty cool people. And about like 5 or 6 months into the deal, Nextel rolls out this little cell phone with a.
Yep, I was trying to do the noise.
Yeah. So that comes out, and I mean, literally, the writing was on the wall so fast. Like they're like 6 months. This is gone, except for like I think tow trucks still use CBs. Like, for what they were using them for road crews and stuff. Yeah. Nextel was like, man, cell phone, and we've got this taken care of. Yeah.
You toast.
So go back to her, and she's like, hey, there's a guy that's got a mortgage opening. At the time, I'm renting an apartment. Don't even know how to spell mortgage because it's got a T in it. Right. So if anybody wonders, it does have a T in it.
Mortgage. Yep.
And so I'm like, I don't have a mortgage. I've never bought a house. This is not a good fit. This is going to be crazy. And then.
What year was that?
Oh, man. 1995.
Wow.
Yeah. 95. And I said 19 to start it. So that was a little bit scary to start with. But I walk in there. They hire me on the spot. And I work part of the day. And like, we're having a call night. Okay. I didn't know what a call night was. So I show up at like 6:30, leave for a little while, come back. And they literally, which would never happen today, they literally hand me a phone book.
Right.
And they're like, hey, you've got A-N-D through A-N, whatever. Start calling. Like 100% legit.
That's your first,
yeah. Introduction into sales, introduction into mortgage, don't know.
Just call these people.
Call these people and ask them if they like to.
No script?
They had a couple little scripts.
Okay.
Most of those scripts got me hung up on really fast.
Right.
And we're calling, and this is, I don't know, early 90s or mid 90s.
Yeah.
I guess. So I'm calling people at 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. You're
Not
calling
ideal.
us in the middle of dinner. You're
not ideal.
There was still a time, I think there was a little bit of the 90s where people were still like getting together and having family dinner after stuff, So I was offending people left and right. And they're just, and of course, the people that are running it is just like, it's all a numbers game. Keep calling. Numbers. They hang up next. And so it was just like, man.
That's wild.
It was, and I was working for a subprime company.
How old are you?
Let's see, 95, I'd have been 22.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Had no idea how any of it worked.
Sure.
And
that's wild.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
And like I said, subprime company. So we were doing like tons of refinances. So the pitch was like, do you need to put a new roof on? Do you need to pay off debt? Do you need to do this? We can refinance your mortgage to do that. If they happen to want to purchase a home, great. But that was the pitch was you've got this equity. How do you want to use it? I learned a lot of really bad habits. So if you're getting into mortgages today,
don't do that. Well, yeah, you can't even find a phone book, but yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's 22 trying to figure that out. So that just started kind of a.
And your son's 2 at this.
Yeah.
So Ryan's 2.
Ryan's 2, and we have another one on the way.
Wow.
So my middle son, Jordan, was born just about 2 years, little bit after 2 years there. So it was just complete family life then. And we won't get into all the gory details, but I've been married a couple times. So, we were still together. We had 2 sons, and later I had my 3rd son, and then blended family down the road. So, moving fast forward real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at that time, and so I'm just learning the mortgage business. And as I learned it, I did a lot of stuff on the side.
Yep.
So, the 2 and 3 job things, anytime you're doing something commission based and you just try to figure out how it works. So I had a lot of side jobs along the way.
Man. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Wow, man. So I don't even know where to take this. Just keep going, man. What's next? Next?
I went from subprime lending to kind of working through how that kind of stuff worked. And at some point, try to keep all the years straight. But early 2000s, I got out and did what was called a net branch. So it's kind of like a franchise.
Okay.
So there was like a home office, and I'd have my own branch, hire my own people, pay a franchise fee, and that's what I did from early 2000s till the dreaded crash.
Right.
The mortgage meltdown. That happened, and
I remember that.
Yeah. So that was a rough time. I did a lot. Stayed in mortgages, stayed licensed the whole time, but tried to dabble into a sports training facility.
Okay.
So for a while, me and a partner owned some
Where
batting
are you?
cages.
Where are you?
We were in Laverne at the time.
Okay, all right.
And we had a couple of batting cages, did lessons, and had team rentals and like all that kind of stuff. And I feel like we missed
the timing.
We missed the timing by
just a touch, just
ahead of our time,
man.
Because now
Trailblazers.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Everybody's looking for that now.
Yeah,
everybody's looking for that now.
There's DBAT, you know, here in Murfreesboro, and I'm like, that place is phenomenal. Nothing like what we had, but the concept.
It was
like
there.
We had the concept.
It was there.
But a little bit before everybody was ready to invest quite that amount of money that they invest now into that kind of stuff.
That's crazy. That's wild to think about.
Yeah, and it was fun. I mean, I loved it, and that's when we opened it when both of our sons were playing.
Yeah.
So I think they were probably 13, 14-ish when we were doing that. Yeah, maybe off a little bit on the time, but somewhere in that range. So we had a travel team, a couple different age groups, and so we were doing that, coaching and doing that on the side, and it was a blast, man.
That's really fun.
Yeah, a lot of people get to watch their kids like play ball and go through it. I got to coach, and there's both sides of that.
Yeah,
because like I mentioned, there's a history with my dad coaching baseball where I finally went, I'm not doing this anymore, because it was a little bit of it's hard, man. I mean, looking back, before my dad passed away, I got to sit down and kind of talk to him about it.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, I'm never talking about that again. Like, dude, you tried it. Like, you were living through me, that whole kind of thing.
Yes,
and it was too much. And I was just like, and so I was like
7, 8 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
The pressure was insane. And so when I started coaching, one of my biggest things was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Good.
But then it's tough to be everything you can for your kid while you're coaching. Because then, you know, I got into situations where like I purposely played my kid in a different position to prove a point. You know, like, oh, he's always there because he's the coach's kid. And I'm like,
no, he's
okay,
the best kid on the team.
Okay, well, let's just try this and watch how it works. You know, or just overthinking that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, when they were younger and everybody had to play, rotating everybody in and out, and I'd have a dad come up to me and go, "Man, why are you doing that? Like, you're hurting the team." And I'm like, I know, but I got all this pressure. Got to kind of like, you know, don't want everybody to think that. And so then as I got older, I started thinking about it from my son's perspective.
Yeah. And
he's like, probably love having my dad coach, but if I was just out here, that would never come up. I'd never have to deal with it.
Right.
But it ended up being kind of a cool thing because he decided to go the JUCO route.
Nice.
And so when he got there, he called me one day and he's like, "Dad," I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "There's 48 guys here as the fall's getting started before spring baseball." And he's like, I'm like, "Yeah, last time I checked, there's like 9 guys on the field, some pitchers, whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, this is crazy." And it was like just clockwork. Like JUCO's actually, you know, they obviously know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So like his roommate that he moved in with made it 2 weeks. He was like out of here, didn't want to be away from his girlfriend, all that kind of stuff. And then he's like, first time grades come out, there's like 10 guys that didn't show back up. It was like just dwindling down, and like they're trying to see who's going to survive because it's the first time all these kids are away from home. Most of them they're playing JUCO are not too far away from home. Sure. So that's another thing they go through because he was like an hour away, so it was easy for some of them to just
jet back,
that kind of stuff. So I mean, him going through some of what he went through with other kids and bouncing around actually ended up being a great thing because then when he left JUCO, he transferred to a 4-year school.
Nice.
And he's walking in there as a junior wanting to start, and there's guys that are on their 3rd year with that coach and wanting to be there. So he had to learn how to come in, get along with the guys, earn a spot, take a spot that he played NAIA.
Okay.
Played at Bethel, and the guy that played center field was an All-American the year before.
Wow.
And so it took him, I think he said, we were at Cumberland when it happened. So I think it was 7 games into the season. He came in for him in center field. That kid moved to right field, and he never didn't start a game in center field.
Wow, dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, huge props.
So cool. Yeah,
he worked his butt off.
Yeah, he did.
But I don't think any of that would have happened if he wouldn't have had some of the toughness growing up with the dad as the coach and trying to figure out all that kind of stuff. So it's, you know, everything we go through helps us in the next thing. And but yeah, so that was a really cool thing that kind of came out of that. But so I guess I'm trying to think back now. After the mortgage meltdown, I went okay, I got a family, I got kids. This has been crazy just going through this stuff because it affected us so economical.
Yeah.
So I went to Wells Fargo.
Okay.
And I was like, huge company. You know, they've got insurance. They're stable. What could go wrong?
Formerly Wachovia.
Yeah. Super solid,
Yep.
which they are a great bank. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But originating mortgages, they are not as concerned with, local customer care as you would want to believe.
No, they are not.
And what's funny is I had a couple of people in the mortgage industry. They're like, Wells Fargo, why'd you go there? I'm like, stability. They're like, oh, 2 years. And I'm like, 2 years. They're like, turn and burn. You'll be there 2 years at the most. Or is there 2 years and 3 months?
Strictly on the mortgage side, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being a loan officer there.
Yep.
And I was literally there 2 years and 3 months.
Wow.
And not because they told me, because that's just how it played out.
That's hilarious.
The big bank atmosphere. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm just a real, get to know people. Yeah. Personable person. I want to know, I want to see my clients at the grocery store and that kind of stuff. And so it didn't last, but went there and then got into kind of the world that I'm in now. Cause I went to, what was Iberia Bank, became First Horizon with a big group of people that are great friends of mine around here. And then about 3.5 years ago, I went over to CMG. Yeah. Kind of started my own branch and still doing mortgages all the time. Man. That's kind of the journey. The short version, but there's some hills and valleys
nuggets,
in there.
Man. There's some nuggets there, man. I want to take it back to team sports real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
How important? Just for society as a whole.
Oh man, there's no way to understate it, in my opinion. I know everybody's got their own opinion.
I'm on the same wave.
I think the biggest life lessons that you can ever have are in team sports.
Thank you.
And I even had my middle son played until he was like 11 or 12, and then he got involved in just like all kinds of other things, like Key Club and like different stuff in high school. And it's just like, man, those lessons, he learned so much leadership in those things that he takes on his own in his career now, that I'm just like, I tell my wife all the time, like, that's where that came from. And Baylor that played college ball, I was like, being a part of a team and figuring out like his first entry level job, just recently he got a couple of promotions, got in a supervisory position. And it's like, it all goes back to that. Getting up in the morning. I mean, he tells me all the time, like, dude, getting up and tarping the field and all that stuff. And it's just all the stuff they had to do. But he was just like, it created such a, like, everybody's got to do their part to get to where they're at. And then the success, the failure, like all that kind of stuff.
You feel it together, right?
Yeah. 100%.
The highs and the lows and the common goal.
Yeah.
Man, I pray we never lose it. I feel like there's a part of it that's just slipping away more and more.
It's tough.
And man, sorry, I always bring that up when I can.
I think it's so valid. And like you said, I mean, you could get into so many different topics, but like, participation trophies. Yep. Then you can get an NIL, which is there's good sides of it. Like pay those guys. But then you get into the team is hard to
transfer portal.
It's hard to build a team when you've got everybody working. So
they had such a tight grip on it, and they're just like, just let it go. They're like, all right, y'all figure it out.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's a wild world.
Younger kids, little kids with team sports.
7-8-year-olds, man. Me and my buddy George, I got to shout out my guy George Simpson with Northwest Exterminating. Yeah. We coached the Angels, man. We were the Angels.
Yeah.
Man. It was special. It was a really special time.
Man, that's awesome.
And neither one of us had kids, so we didn't have. So it was unique in that perspective.
Very.
Yes, it very. And trust me.
That's different.
Trust me. We heard about it. And, but man, the best, dude. We upset. I'm gonna shout this out too.
Yeah.
We beat the Tigers, man. We were dead last.
Okay.
Dead last. I'll never forget the first time we pulled up to practice. We had this little girl named Skyla, little black girl. She's never played baseball, and she was crying before practice.
Oh man,
you're gonna get me in my feels. Skyla was like, I've never played baseball before, Coach, and I'll never forget it. He's like, oh, it's okay. Hey, Angels, how many of y'all have never played baseball before?
Oh, man.
One person didn't raise their hand.
How old are they again?
7-8.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my gosh.
So we were expansion team, the whole 9.
Yeah.
And, man, we grinded it out, and we put our blood, sweat, and tears into that, and we ended up playing the Tigers that year.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Tigers. But it was such a special night. We had, like, my cousin and his fiance were in town, and like my whole, like, everybody was there. Played lights out, dude.
Wow.
Everybody was hitting.
And it just so happened when everybody's there,
bro.
big crowd.
Yeah, man. It was like Angels in the Outfield, literally the movie. And we ended up, man, one of our guys got robbed from a walk-off. They're like, oh, wait, there's still 1 minute and 6, and it was like 10 minutes over. We're like, whatever. We thought we were gonna lose. We're used to it. We put people on the brink all year, and then we ended up getting 3 outs, won the game.
Wow.
And man, I still to this day, any personal accomplishment I've ever done, anything ever didn't touch that. It doesn't, man.
It's crazy. Like you were talking about team sports and then getting to be around kids while they're working on that stuff. It's so amazing.
Yes.
Like I still remember like one of the tournaments we won, like everybody's like, oh, the little $10 plaque that you win or whatever, doesn't matter, but it's the memory.
That means more than anything. Yeah.
I got Gatorade dumped on me after that. And you'd have thought I won the Super Bowl, man.
I love that.
That feeling was amazing.
Yeah,
man.
dude, we went to Puckett's the next day. We were like, full disclosure, a little hungover.
Yeah.
We celebrated hard. Everybody was, and we were just crying. Crying at Puckett's, like all of us.
Yeah.
And it was such a special. I'll never forget that. But anyway, man, we got a lot more to cover. But shout out to team sports.
Yeah.
Get your kids involved. Do the right thing, and be a team player. Learn how to be a team player.
Man.
Straight up and down.
There'll be so much in life.
Yes. But yeah, man, there's a blood drive coming up in honor of Ryan.
Yeah.
We've celebrated that before on the show or on the network. Whatever you'd like to share and however you want to do that, I'm going to leave it up to you, man.
No, man, I appreciate y'all's support always. So
yeah.
We mentioned, having my oldest son, Ryan, when I was 20 years old. So he actually passed away in a motorcycle crash in 2016. May 31st. So we're actually coming up on that anniversary as well for our family. But we do an annual blood drive in his memory here at the Fountains.
Yep.
And it's going to be August 1st this year. So we always start to kind of get ready for it, start scheduling in late May, early June and that kind of stuff. But it's been really cool. When we first lost him, Red Cross came to us and said, we'll do this blood drive for you. It'll be great. The first year or two, you'll probably have a lot of people that know you, a lot of people that know Ryan show up, and it's huge. But let us kind of prepare you for how this works as time goes on. Year 3, year 4, we'll probably partner you with a school or a church when they're doing a drive, just to get enough people to make it worth the staff being there and that kind of stuff. So here we are going into our 10th year. Yep. It's been a standalone drive every year.
Let's go.
One of the largest standalone drives that's private that they host every year. So we get a lot of feedback from Red Cross of how thankful they are. We average about 100 units at that blood drive, which every unit potentially saves 3 lives. So about 300 lives or more at each blood drive, which is just huge.
Yeah.
We decided to do it in the summer the first year because he was 21 when he passed away. So a lot of his friends were getting ready to go back to college and that kind of stuff. So we do it the first week of August before everybody, would kind of head off, and it's just become a really good date. Summer's a huge need for Red Cross because they have, with vacation and stuff, have trouble getting people to donate.
Sure.
So it's just been a great thing. I mentioned that I have a blended family. So me and Stacy have been together almost 17 years.
Shout out to Stacy.
4 boys. Oh yeah. Huge shout out to Stacy for somehow managing to stay with me.
Big shout out to Stacy. No, you're a goat, bro.
Yeah. So, but we have, 4 sons, 2 daughters. And so I had 3 boys, so I didn't know what girls were like until they came in.
Wow.
So that's a whole podcast.
Yeah, we'll do part 2 on that one.
But
we'll do part 2 on that one.
But yeah, so when he passed away, he was 21. And
I'm so sorry, dude.
I appreciate it. That summer, my 2, so Baylor that played baseball and Gabby, who's the same age, they were both going to college. So we went from this, house full of kids to losing Ryan, 2 kids moving away from home for the first time. So it was it was a hard time all the way around. They were, leaving home, going to a new place to live with new people that they didn't know, and had just lost a sibling, trying to figure out how they were gonna do that. So I mean, we learned so much. You talk about the community and team sports and all that kind of stuff. Man, we learned, losing my son is just something that every day. I have moments where I can talk about it and I can get through it. I have other moments where I can't talk. I break down, and it gets really hard to even comprehend.
Yeah.
But we learned so much about the people around us during that time and around them. And I mean, the podcast that I do that I talk about a little bit when we talk about some of the stuff that we learned about the people. My daughter Gabby had a friend of hers that was her best friend and stayed over at the house a lot and stuff. They studied together. They were on the cheer team together, all that kind of stuff. And she stayed, gosh, man, it had probably been a week and she was still at our house after he passed. And I think my wife said to her one night, we were all sitting downstairs, and she said, Emily, like, you can go home anytime you need to. Like, I'm sure your parents want you home. And she looked at us without missing a beat at 18 years old and just said, I'm not going anywhere.
Wow.
Until I know Gabby's okay and you guys are okay, I'm not going anywhere. And I was just like, man, looking back at that, her
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
She spent most of the summer with us.
Wow.
I mean, we were doing baseball at the time. And we stopped for a little while and tried to finish up that last season. And she traveled with us.
Man.
And then when they left,
Gabby, man.
Yeah, man, her friend Emily was just unbelievable.
Oh, Emily.
Emily, Gabby's friend. But I mean,
Emily.
she just, she comes back. She lives in Ohio now.
Nice.
Works in aerospace. And she comes back and helps with the blood drive, works the donor stations and does all that kind of stuff. I mean, she's just a big part of our life. And then, when they both went to their respective colleges, we were like, man, as parents, we're like, there's nobody there. How they've had June, a little bit of July to figure out what just happened, and they're going to get there. And just like for us, life's going to hit.
Yeah.
And they both it's just like God put these people in their lives, and they had, Gabby cheered the first year she was in college and then didn't want to cheer anymore, just got really into academics.
Good
but the group of girls that were around her at that time was what she needed.
Yeah.
She had people that she, gravitated to. Baylor had the baseball team. So instead of having to, man, you talk about team sports.
And just,
community. But
it takes a village. All the cliches.
All the cliches, because they could have been walking into situations if they were just going to school, trying to figure out somebody in your algebra class that that you want to go talk to about something big. But like you talked about with the sports, with cheer and baseball, all of a sudden you're engulfed with each other morning, noon, and night.
Brothers
and so sisters, you feel like you can open up to them a lot faster than you can somebody you just met in a class.
Man, amen.
So I look back at that and just think, man, they were so lucky to have that going on in their life. And so I'm really thankful for community, like you said. And with this, the blood drive, 10 years now, people keep showing up. That's what's cool, is even Red Cross, and nothing against them because they're huge supporters of ours, but they just haven't seen that happen before. And that speaks to where we're at right now in Murfreesboro. Mm-hmm. I mean, the mortgage community, the real estate community, just everybody out there has just continued to show up year after year for me. I mean, I run into people at a closing where somebody's buying a home and somebody's like, hey man, the blood drive's coming up, right? Make sure you reach out to me so I can sign up. And it's just like,
that's so awesome.
It's so cool because, our picture that we always use every year for the blood drive is a picture of Ryan giving blood in high school. And to know that people have that image out there and they know what a difference it makes. And I'll tell you kind of the quick version. The reason we do a blood drive is when Ryan was born, his mother's placenta separated and had to have emergency C-section.
Oh my gosh.
And so I was 20 years old.
Going through that.
Standing in a delivery room going, I'm going to be a dad. What does this mean? She's dilated to this.
Happens,
And then boom, all of a sudden I'm standing there in scrubs in an OR. Because they said, put these on. They did like the airplane thing where they strap you down because she's on epidural and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're like, if you want to go back, and I'm like, I guess I should. Yeah. I didn't know what to do at the time. So they put scrubs on, walk back there, and I'm watching a C-section for the first time in my life.
Smokes.
Just
like 20 years old.
What is going on?
What?
So I was growing up fast.
Yeah.
So placenta separated, lost a lot of blood. When he was born, he looked like a Smurf.
Jeez.
Dude. I mean, just like purplish blue.
Whoa.
Had to have 2 blood transfusions to live.
Holy smokes, man.
So literally that's where Give Life
for
Ryan comes, because we had 21 years with him, which we are so thankful for.
Yeah.
I wish we'd had so much more, but because of blood donors, we got the 21 years. Yeah. And he had AB negative blood, which is one of the rarest types. And we happened to be at Vanderbilt in 1994, which the doctor said, you know, a lot of rural hospitals and stuff wouldn't have had this on hand to have 2 units ready. I mean, there's just so many things.
That's crazy.
That just, and so, you know, it's not just to honor him and let's do something special. We literally had our time with Ryan, the 21 years they had on Earth with him because of blood donation. So we're very passionate about it. I've learned so much over the last 10 years about blood donation that I never knew. Of course, you think people give blood's needed. That's seems pretty cut and dry, you know. But realizing the amount that they go through, and I mean, in my head, I never even thought about, you know, all of the surgeries that people have on a daily basis that blood's needed for. You know, because in my head, I go to emergency, disaster relief, major car crashes, but just anything. Damn. So there's just a crazy amount. And I interviewed the guy that helps us with the blood drive, who actually is moving to Hilton Head. So Gene, we're going to miss you.
I just left Hilton Head. It was real nice.
It's not a terrible place after work. I mean,
salute to you, Gene. Hey, enjoy it.
I feel a little bit bad that he's leaving, but he's probably going to be okay.
He probably deserves that.
And check this out. He's going to Hilton Head, and he's a Indiana University graduate.
Oh, man. He's on cloud
this year
11, dude. Yeah.
So he's doing all right.
That's crazy.
But yeah, when I interviewed him, he was bringing up, you know, they need this many units every day. And so they're like, whether the Super Bowl's on or it's Christmas Day or it's New Year's Day, there's still all that kind of blood need going on.
Do you know it?
Man, I cannot remember off the top of my head, but it was a really high number. Yeah. So you think like, oh, it's kind of like that. Does my one vote matter?
Yes.
Kind of thing. It's like, does my one donation?
Actually, way different.
But
do the blood.
Yeah. I mean,
but vote too. Go ahead and vote, obviously. But
and a lot of people have trouble with it, you know, and that kind of stuff are scared of it.
No, it's cake.
The cool part I've learned is, man, it literally takes you like 4 to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Once they do the little needle.
Yeah.
There's no more finger poke.
Okay.
For some reason, people really hated that. Like, you can put the needle in there, but the finger poke, I hate those. I mean, I'm telling you.
That's a real thing. You've heard it for over the last 10 years.
It's crazy.
That's wild.
I tell people they have to do that, and they're like, oh my God, they get all excited. Yeah.
It's crazy.
They have this little new technology that just slips over your finger and like checks your iron, which is the main reason they used to prick your finger.
Oh, okay.
And so new technologies came a long way, and people are like, yeah, I mean, put the needle in my arm for 3 or 4 minutes. No problem. Just don't poke my finger.
That's insane. That's hilarious. That's real though.
Yeah.
People hate that prick.
They do. Something about it. But yeah, man, I mean, it's I had to learn. Having the blood drive has been a great way for us to honor Ryan and have something to push towards every year.
Yeah.
It's really great for our family and kind of gives people that unity. Because I really had to learn when I first went through that. So much stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't imagine.
went through the whole, you know, all the phases, blaming but it really took me getting around people again. Like it's a theme or something.
Yep.
But it just took me getting around people to realize, you know, one, I wasn't the only person that ever dealt with that.
Right.
Because that definitely, I mean, it felt like how would anyone else ever get through something like this? So once I finally opened up enough to get around other people that had been dealing with grief, maybe not the same exact thing, but just some small groups of people. And then I found out, you know, maybe I knew somebody that had kept that part of their life private, not really public about it. And then found out what I was going through and randomly reached out. So that's why I try to, you know, talk about it as much as I can, because I never realized until a couple of years ago, I may be real uncomfortable sitting in a room in front of a camera, talking about my feelings and break down and crying or telling what part of the story I can get through. But then I get these messages from people that are like, you know, man, thank you for talking about it. I'm not at a place where I can, but knowing that somebody's out there spreading that message does a lot for me. So it's changed the whole way I view all that kind of stuff. When I first started just talking about it a little bit, I was kind of like, oh, this feels weird. And just like you get into the whole social media thing, you're like, I don't like the way my voice sounds. You know, just like posting a sales video or talking about mortgages. And then like when I started talking about this and I started getting the feedback that I got, I was like, okay, I don't care what I sound like. Yeah.
This is God. That's God, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you're helping others, there's no reason you can't not do it.
That's right.
Yeah. And so I just, after a few, I just thought, okay, I may think it sounds silly or it sounds vulnerable or it sounds,
it's definitely vulnerable, but it's
maybe nobody can relate, but yeah.
No, man, salute to you for doing that. I literally can't imagine. Yeah. So, all right, we're gonna get through this, Jamie. Yeah, you're killing it, man. We can. You're doing better than me, my guy.
Well, I've gotten to where I try to talk about it a lot, and then another shout out to Stacy. She gets broken down. I can't talk about this, crying all the time, Jamie. So doing it a lot's made me able to talk about it more. Good, but I'm extremely blessed.
That's therapeutic too.
Yeah,
it has to be.
Whew, no doubt,
man. Well, August 1st, man.
Yeah,
August 1st. Give blood for Ryan.
Yeah, give life for Ryan.
Give life. I'm so
give blood.
Sorry.
Hey man, I don't care what you call it.
Yeah, just give life.
Show up,
man. I should have got that. Give life for Ryan. How can people get involved?
Yeah,
share all the details.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, we do it right here in Murfreesboro at the Fountains.
Beautiful facility,
amazing place. They've been great to us to help us with cost. We've been crazy blessed. So when we started this 10 years ago, I had a group of maybe 5 or 6 companies or individuals that stepped in and said, we'll help, with the venue. We do a different color shirt every year with the hashtag on there. And we've been lucky enough that they've helped us get a quality T-shirt. So I learned that lesson year 1. Yeah. We're like, we just need shirts to give out. Just get whatever. Man. Yeah, those gilded. You're exactly right. You learn real quick. It's like, hey, that's cool. But the whole purpose of giving shirts away is to like get the message out there.
Have them wear it again.
Have them wear the shirt. So we learned that lesson. We get some really cool quality shirts. And man, not to get off track of how you can get involved, but that's, man. We have families that show up that tell us stories, or like last year we had a family of 5 show up, and all 5 of them are wearing a different color shirt from a different year.
Oh man! Get out of here, dude!
And so they come there to donate as a family, and that kind of stuff is just like
that's special.
Yeah, I mean, we hear stories all the time of why they, somebody wandered in. They were going to a wedding on the 4th floor at the Fountains. And they asked what we were doing, and they came there, and then every year they keep coming back, and just, man, a friend that Ryan grew up with will come by and tell me a story I've never heard before.
Wow.
And those things are just like
priceless.
I mean, yeah, I cannot. And I've got a Facebook message a month or 2 ago where a kid reached out to me. I was like, man, I've never, he's 30 years old now. Yeah. And he's like, man, I wasn't able to come to Ryan's funeral. Oh. And it's bothered me all this time. And I'm like, man, you were a kid, and he's like, I just wanted you to know how much Ryan meant to me. Let me tell you a couple things that, happened while we were in school. And I wasn't able to come, maybe I would have been able to tell you there, but I wasn't able to, and I've just held on to it. But I see what y'all are doing in this memory. And I feel like I need to share this with you. And, man, those kind of things just stopped me. They just stopped me. And then I hold on to them in my heart. Yeah. With the, greatest thing, but it's just like, it's so huge. So as long as somebody's showing up, we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it. Because so we do the shirts, and we've had some sponsors to step up. So we always do those shirts and some other kind of, really cool swag stuff. Last year we had a food truck out there. We'll probably look at doing that again this year. Just, man, it's morphed into this really cool community event where we save a lot of lives, but we get to see people we don't see all the time. Mm-hmm. People take a minute to go, okay. And in my business, we do it on a Saturday. It's one of the busiest days for real estate agents in the world. People are off work. They go show houses. And we have so many.
Shut it down.
So many that come over there and donate their time. We have, God, man, we've got a couple of volunteers that have volunteered and helped us all 10 years. No matter what they schedule their vacation around coming there for that one day. That's so thank you is never gonna do it.
But
it's huge.
Obviously. Yeah, I don't even need to say it. Like, that's just a given. Yeah. If you can. And man, Jamie, this is special, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Sorry for your loss. thank you for. I mean, you're a legend around here. Like as far as mortgages go, I do have Brian Nail's our guy too.
Absolutely.
and y'all are
Good
coworkers.
friend. Yeah.
Coworkers. I know y'all
we're
are
colleagues
tight.
now, even though we're not at the same place.
Right.
We are good friends.
But man, like outside of my guy Brian, I would just keep the mission going.
Yeah.
And man, we got to finish an episode real quick. But
well, man, I really appreciate all the support. Like I said, me and Brian are great friends, and Brian's a person that tries to come to the blood drive every year.
He's been there.
He's a supporter, always has been. He was in my office 2 days ago. We were just talking about stuff. So, great guy.
Yeah.
But and there's so many people out there like that. It'd be impossible to name them all. But y'all have supported us and pushed content, to help us different years, and we're super thankful.
Yeah, man. I'm glad we got to do this, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, man. I'm super grateful for this one. You know what? Tell people where they can find you, and one more time about the blood drive, and we'll wrap this one up.
And that's what we'll be doing real soon, is just putting our info out there for the blood drive. So you can always contact me directly, which my number is 615-238-7426. My wife, Stacy, she does a lot of the scheduling and stuff. Her number is 615-417-7372. And, if we get into mortgages and business and all that kind of stuff, website's super easy. It's just jamiesteelman.com.
There you go.
Don't want to complicate it too much, but
man,
I just appreciate the time here.
Yeah, man.
We're the same way. I try to tell people all the time. I've had so many people reach out to me and are helpful. If anybody ever just wants somebody to listen,
yeah, man,
I'm that person. I'll refer you to somebody else if you need. But I definitely want to be that person that people feel comfortable reaching out to if they need anything at all.
Amen. Jamie Steelman, everybody. Give life for Ryan. Yes, August 1st at the Fountains. Get involved. Be there. And thank you, man.
Absolutely.
We'll wrap this one up.
Thank you.